Hi there, I'm Subi and I'm super excited to be here today with the co-founder of Puricious, my dear husband Marco.
Hi everyone.
Welcome Marco and thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Marco is a sports and exercise nutrition advisor and he will share today with you more about the impact of sugar on our health from his experience and his point of view. So before we get started, Marco, would you like to share more about your personal experience you've had with sugar?
Yeah, sure, Sabine. First of all, I'm Italian, so I grew up, eating a lot of pasta and white processed carbohydrates, and I must say that my intake of sugar was quite high until 6 years ago. Until the point I was also a smoker, until the point when I realized that my health was actually not, I was not doing so well, so my health was getting worse and worse. And that's when I realized that I had to change something. And what I did, one of the things, the most important things that I did is I started exercising, I started sports. And this obviously has led me a lot of benefits, health benefits. First of all, exercise is so important because it boosts your feel-good hormones. So it makes you feel happy, makes you feel relaxed, and we all know that feeling after a good session of exercise when you feel really pumped up and energized. And that's what I love about it. As you know, probably I'm a little bit addicted, but anyway. The other thing that exercise does, and which is really great for us, is it regulates our appetite and it reduces cravings, which is great, if you want to have a healthier lifestyle, if you want to have a good balanced nutrition, and if you want to also reduce your weight, for example. And the last thing is exercise really helps a lot with is your hormonal balance. In particular, the balance of a very important hormone which is called insulin, which is responsible to regulate the amount of sugar in our blood. And the amount of sugar in our blood is ultimately also responsible for sugar cravings. This is why it's very important to keep in mind how nutrition and exercise play together.
Mm-hmm. That is so interesting, and actually what I hear so often from all the literature and research is that, and you might have heard of this as well, that when you want to have abs, 80% is made in the kitchen with nutrition, but 20% with exercise. So also it's very interesting to hear from you how sports itself and exercise, they have actually helped you to reduce your sugar cravings, and it's what you said, to really have moved from this very typical simple carbohydrate Italian diet to a much more
balanced
healthier
diet. Yeah.
yes. Which is really great, and also a great tip for probably our audience, that they hear now from you how we can actually control our cravings also with exercise, and we will feel better that we don't crave sugar as much.
So the first thing that I wanted to share actually before that is how much sugar and nutrition you need when you exercise, because most of us, I think, tend to think that we need a lot of food during or while we are exercising or after we exercise, and therefore we probably choose some options like energy bars or energy gels. Does it sound familiar? Which are not really optimal for our health because they are high in processed carbohydrates and sugar as well. That's why it's very important to understand what our body needs when we do exercise. So the first thing that I want to share today is that if you do, let's say that you do, like most of us probably, you do some sports like light to medium intensity, for 45 to 60 minutes. Then I can tell you, you probably don't need any food during exercise. You don't need energy drinks, you don't need bars, gels, and anything like that. If you are training so the duration of your session is between 45 up to 75 minutes, and it's a very intensive session, then you probably need a little bit of carbohydrates in the form of for example, an energy drink. There are different options. You can also, for example, what I like is to do it myself. I don't like to rely on prepackaged, how do you call them? Energy drinks like Gatorade or Powerade or things like that. Or you can do, for example, very simple, is to put some lemon juice with water and then add a little bit of salt to improve your electrolyte balance. That's great for a short session. If you are an endurance athlete like me and you like to go on a bike ride for more than 2 hours, then you probably need to up your carbohydrate intake. And that's the general guidance is between 30 and 60 grams of carbohydrate per hour of exercise. Obviously, as you go up the ladder and if you look at extremely well-trained athletes, they can increase their carbohydrate intake up to 60 grams per hour or even more. So yeah, that's, I think, very important to know, because a lot of people think that we need a lot of energy drinks, we need a lot of bars, gels, etc. And this stuff is usually packed with sugar, fats, and ingredients that you don't even know what they are. So it's better to stay away from them.
And thank you so much, Marco. That was really interesting, because we have so often this question from our clients about how to combine nutrition with exercise. So that clarifies a lot. Are there any other tips that you would like to share with our audience today on how to use sports and how to also instantly reduce their sugar intake?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the first tip, which you already partially mentioned when you said that the abs are not made in the gym but through nutrition, this is very important. And it's very important to understand what the main components of nutrition have to be when you have an active lifestyle. And the main component must be fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables must be the foundation of your nutrition if you have an active lifestyle. Why? Because they are packed with all the nutrients you need. They are full of macronutrients, they are rich in carbohydrates, proteins, also fats in some cases, and they have a lot of micronutrients, so vitamins and minerals, which are really fundamental for your body to perform well during the exercise and even to boost your recovery after the exercise. On the other hand, if you consume a lot of sugar and processed carbohydrates, that's not good, because they are obviously providing calories to our body, but these calories are what I call empty calories. Why are they empty calories? Because sugar is just the calorie and it does not contain any of the micronutrients, important vital micronutrients that I mentioned before. So no minerals, no vitamins. So that's the first tip that I would like to share. The second tip is when you exercise, try not to exercise in a fasted state. So I see a lot of people, also in the office, for example, that usually have a small breakfast in the morning, then they fast for the entire morning, they don't eat anything, and then they go for a gym session at lunchtime before lunch, or they go for a run, for example, and then so they exercise in a fasted state where the body doesn't have the energy or the glucose level that is needed to perform. So the muscles cannot perform well. Therefore, after they finish the session and they go for lunch, they are starving, they are hungry, they are craving things, especially sugary things. So I see them often eating like 200 grams of pasta, so white flour, and that's definitely not good. It's not gonna help you in anything, eating like a lot of pasta or things like that and having a lot of cravings after you exercise, because it's not gonna help you, for example, with your recovery. It's not gonna help you with your weight loss if you are exercising for weight loss. And the last tip that I want to give is regarding how to enjoy exercise. This is very important for me, it's really close to my heart, because for my entire life I exercised because I had to. And then I realized, wait a moment, I don't have to exercise, I do it because I like it. And what is the key, the important thing that you need to consider in order to have this mind shift or shift in your mindset, is that you have to find some type of sport or exercise that you enjoy doing. So nobody is saying that you necessarily have to go to the gym or you have to go jogging if you don't like it. Just try different sports, try different activities and see what you like doing. Also, variety is very important. So don't stick to only one thing. Don't stick to weightlifting the whole week. Just try weightlifting and go rowing if you're living next to a lake like us. Try different things, see what you like, and you can change, you can improve your level of fitness, your technical skills. It's amazing. There's so much to learn, so much to improve. And this, for me and for a lot of our clients, is actually the key shift in the mindset that allows them, and allowed me as well, to stick to a healthy, active lifestyle. And that's the most important thing. You don't have necessarily to go and subscribe for a CrossFit or an Ironman race or anything like that. Just start living a healthy lifestyle. So start walking outside, start going for a bike ride, enjoy anything that makes you, happy and active.
Great tip, Marco. And especially, actually, has also been my personal experience that the more you move, the less you sit, you actually feel better, and the energy moves much more easily and in balance throughout your body, which also really helps you to make better choices then when it comes down to nutrition. So thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, Marco.
You're welcome.
And also to inspire people to try out new things, and it can be fun. For me right now it's the hula hoop actually, and yeah, who would have thought?
It's a good, it's quite tough for the core, so if you keep on doing it every day for like 5-10 minutes, then first of all you have fun, and secondly you sweat a little bit, and thirdly you strengthen your core, which is great.
Yes, anything that you do to sit less, move more is just super good for our health.
Important is when you move more, you actually increase and improve your metabolism, which means that your body, even when you're resting, your body burns more calories. So if you want to lose weight, it's actually incredibly useful, and it's the one thing that will really help you, paired with, as we said before, a healthy nutrition.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much, Marco.
Welcome, Sabine. Pleasure.
Well, if you want to get in touch with Marco and learn more about Marco, you can visit our website, puricious.com.
Great. Thank you, Sabine.
It's
been great.
Thank you so much, my dear husband.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bene, no?